Okay guys, we got another delivery here in the shop. This is for the SS and the Supercharger project. I'm not going to be all cryptic about this one. You know, there's nothing real special. You guys know that I've got the blower. So this is actually just the top half of the blower with the ZL1, you hear that, with the ZL1 intercooler lid. This was the only part that I had to buy new because people simply just don't sell the top intercooler lids. And I ordered this from Summit Racing and I got this in 2 days. So that's pretty good shipping time for a GM Performance part. Part number is 1262236. And even though I ordered it from Summit, it actually came from Skog & Dickey. That is SDPC, Skog & Dickey Parts Group or whatever. They do a lot of business over the internet. So I got this in 2 days from Summit Racing, and actually, you know what? That's not true. I did order this from Summit, but it actually came from Summit from their Georgia location. They obviously supplied it from. Got this Skog & Dickey as their supplier, so sorry about that. I'm confusing my information. So let's get this thing opened up. Of course, there's a huge box here for really no reason. It's an interesting box. It's got cardboard like insulation in it so that the blower hat doesn't get screwed up. So let's throw that out of the way and get this thing opened up. Okay, so I think this was packaged okay. I'll be honest, I was more impressed with my brake calipers. I think I can slide this out, yeah. Okay, so this lid from Summit Racing / GM Parts, Performance Parts, has a lot of parts in it. Okay, as I was saying, so this is the ZL1 intercooler lid. I ended up with the ZL1 lid because the CTS-V lid is kind of robs you of horsepower. This is good for 580 horsepower stock, and the difference between the CTS-V lid and the ZL1 lid is actually the thickness of this intercooler brick inside. I think the ZL1's a little bit taller, and the CTS-V is a little bit narrower. So the ZL1 comes with all the sensors on it. Comes with the map sensor. It's a German part number, AC Delco part number. Oh, they're both the AC Delco. Okay, well, that makes sense. One of these is the bar sensor, and one of them is the map sensor. I'm gonna have to look that up. I'm not sure which one is which. And it also comes with a coolant temp sensor right here. That's kind of interesting. That might be the IAT sensor, actually. I'll have to look that up. I obviously have more research to do with this swap, but so as I was saying, the ZL1 lid comes fully dressed. It has the intercooler brick inside of it. It's got all the sensors. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure it's one of the IAT sensors. These both look like map sensors, so I'm not 100% sure which one is which. I'm gonna have to, and they're both 3-pin, so I'm gonna have to see what sensors those actually are, because I'm gonna have to do a conversion with the SS with the sensors. Like one of them will have to be plugged in, and one of them might be unplugged. I'm just not sure at this moment. So, and then you got the front coolant pipelines here, pipe fittings here. So yeah, this is going to be the intercooler lid, intercooler slash blower hat lid, whatever you want to call it, for the SS. I got it from Summit Racing. It was $538 for this. And like I was saying earlier, unfortunately, this is the only part that I couldn't find used. I've been looking for a long time, and you just don't find them. You find them used and they've been modified, like they reinforce this lid. They also do the AN fitting conversion up front. They call this this intercooler piping. They do a modification for that. I see them for that, but they're still like $700 some. So for this build, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna go with the stock lid. This is gonna remain stock, but I am going to take this apart in a little bit. I'm gonna take this off, and actually I'm gonna send this out to a guy at one of the CTS-V shops down in Florida, and they're either gonna cut this off or drill it, whatever they're gonna do. And what they're gonna do is they're gonna TIG weld some -12 fittings in here. So I have these -12 fittings that I got from, these are Frigola. Yeah, FPS, so Frigola Performance Systems. Basically, I'm gonna have these two AN fittings here, kind of like that, and I'm gonna have them going toward the passenger side of the car. So I'm gonna take this manifold part off, send that out, get it machined and TIG welded, and have it come back. And then I'm gonna screw these two AN fittings here going to the left, and that's why you saw a couple weeks ago I had some AN fittings laying around, and I have this wrench. I'll post a information link right here above, and that's what this whole project's for. That's what that tool is for. It's for getting these AN fittings tightened down. So the top one will go to that 3/4 inch line. That will go to the filler tube. It's just a tube with a cap on it, the reservoir. And then more 3/4 inch pipe will go to, hose will go to the heat exchanger. Then the other end of the heat exchanger will go to the pump. The pump will then eventually end up in the other fitting. It'll look something like that, but of course, I don't have the fitting on there. But so let's take this apart. It should be torqued down. Yeah. It's not torqued down that heavy, but since this isn't on the car, there's not a lot to brace against. So I'm just gonna have to. Oh, there's some thread lock around there. Not a lot, but just a little bit. Blue thread lock. Let's get this bottom one. Okay guys, as you can see, I got the intercooler manifold, as they call it, part out of the intercooler. I actually ended up having to take the lid, I flipped it over and I ended up taking the brick pretty much out. And the reason I did that was because I needed to get enough room between the in the intercooler manifold, I had to get enough room to be able to slide the whole brick forward. They gave me enough room to finally wiggle this thing out and get it pulled out. So I'm gonna send this part out. Like I was saying earlier, I'm gonna get these two fittings. I think they're honestly just pressed in. Yeah, I would almost bet they're pressed in. These fittings will get removed. I'm not sure how the guy's gonna do it, whether it's cut or pressed out, pulled out, I'm not sure, but he's gonna TIG weld in the dash 12 bungs, stainless steel bungs. Actually, they're probably not stainless, because this is aluminum. Not sure what the fitting, maybe they're made out of aluminum. So get these cut off, get this fitting, get the dash 12 fitting put on, and it'll end up looking something like that. So anyway, that's the first part of this video. I will do a follow-up when this part gets back. Thanks for watching my video. Don't forget to like it, and if you haven't already, please subscribe.